it going? It's been a while. It's been a while that we've done one of these. I'm on the road today for a little bit, which is nice. It's definitely a change from being at home, because right now Created operates at home. But I have one delivery to do, and it's actually, oh, you know something? I actually just remembered that there is something else I need to drop off in that area. Fortunately, I haven't left my residential area yet, so I guess we're gonna do that as well. So yeah, I'll just nip all of that stuff in the bud at the same time. So that is actually, thank you, Lord, for reminding me. Yeah, so anyhow, the whole gist of this is just kind of to vlog this portion of today's workday. We haven't done this type of filming in quite some time. It just gives me time to just talk and to vent as well. I just kind of give you guys an update of what's going on, or what has been going on for quite some time. So yeah, I can't really remember the last update that I would have given. I feel like the last update would have been a couple years, if I am disregarding the video that I did sometime in January. That would have kind of explained why I went off the grid for quite some time. But I don't think I've done anything else like on YouTube about it since then. A lot of the videos have more been the podcast, and if you have not checked out the podcast, you should check that out. Yeah, we have a new podcast, and that's super exciting, and so far so good. God has definitely been giving me the topics for each week, and it really is playing off of my experience thus far, the entrepreneurship, which is nice. So yeah, check that out. But like, apart from that, like, there's just been a lot that's been going on with me personally, and me as the individual. But like, in terms of like family and stuff like that, we're all good, but there's just been a lot that's happening with me, and I'm just trying to work through it and, you know, remain positive and stuff like that, because I do understand that I have been chosen for this journey, but it doesn't mean that the journey is always easy, and a lot of the days recently have been just very taxing emotionally. Yeah, mainly emotionally. I don't feel burnt out mentally or anything like that. Physically, really trying to continue with like my weight loss and stuff like that. And that's been going not too bad. It could be better, but it's not tragic, so that's a good thing. Actually, I'm dressed in gym clothes because I figured since I was going to be in the Cambridge area, I would pop by the gym. So before I left my job, I worked in Cambridge. Although I didn't live in that area, because I used to live in Cambridge for quite some time. But like after a couple years, I think I lived there for like 2 years, and then 2-3 years, and then I moved on to production wise, I don't have too much going on today. We're more just trying to come up with proof of concept for everything that we're going to do for Mother's Day. So that includes all 3 companies. And if you also listen to the podcast, you would know that Kingdom is going through like some rebranding stuff. And that's a long story, so you should listen to the episode to figure that out. But yeah, so we're also just dealing with that and just trying to get stuff rolled out. With Legacy 3 though, we got our Mother's Day product, well, one of them out, and I'm super excited about it. It's something I've wanted to do for quite some time, and like finally being able to put it under one of the business umbrellas, it is actually really exciting. But yeah, I'm just gonna go and grab this thing really quick and then we'll be right back, so just bear with me. Okay guys, so I am back. Hooray, hooray, hooray. I've actually finished the delivery. I did start to record again on my drive, but my phone had other plans. So the phone case I have, it's one of those childish ones, but I like it. Anyways, it has like a glitter in it, a glitter thing in it. And I find that kind of attracts the heat, especially if I have the heat on in my car. So, my phone was not having it, guys. It was not having it. It was upset. So, that was that. And in the process of recording, like, a lot of things just was happening, man. Like, the phone was falling and everything. So, I'm like, you know what? I'll just continue after I drop off this thing. Let's see. And it's been collected, so that's awesome. So that's off of my mind, and I can move on to other things that I have to do today, which is just drop off some stuff that came from home from my aunt. And yeah, so what was I saying before I was so rudely interrupted by all of these technological issues? Yeah, I think I was just trying to give you guys a general update of like what's been happening. So things aren't too bad. Like I feel like when things are happening to you because of the impact of that single event, it makes life in general seem like everything is just falling apart, and that is a reality. And I guess what I'm going through right now is the process of truly understanding that it's important to isolate the situation from the outlook of your entire life and just see the situation itself. And yeah, like it makes things a little better. But if you just focus on that one thing that is happening, it will definitely make life seem unbearable. And there's a lot to be grateful for. So I really don't want to have a skewed perspective on life. And so yeah, I guess I am just currently going through that. As with every business, there are highs and lows. There's a lot to learn and stuff like that. So I'm going through that, and I'm grateful for the opportunity to learn and be able to share with others, so that they don't have to go through some of the things I'm going through. And with respect to that, like overall, things are pretty good. I am extremely grateful for the opportunity to have something that I can call mine, and to also have something that I can call ours, from a family perspective, especially because Created not only has itself but the other two companies, and their startups, and getting them going. And Legacy is definitely like is very close to my heart. Why it was started, the vision behind it, and all of that. It's pretty heavy. And so like I have a special attachment to Legacy, and I really just want them all to go well. And it just is definitely another test of faith to just, making sure that I believe God and his word, and trust that he said that he will do this, and it will be done. As humans, we tend to have a misconception that if God says something, that it means that we're going to say it immediately. And we have to remember that God exists outside of time. So yes, he has spoken the word, and once he has spoken that word, it is established in the spirit realm. But the manifestation physically might not necessarily be immediate. So I feel like it's important to reiterate that doesn't mean that things don't happen immediately, because I've also been privy to those things. But there are other promises that I have received that they have been quite some time out, and that could have been a couple weeks, could have been a couple months, and in some cases a couple years. And one of the ones that has been a couple years, it is sometimes hard to stay, what was the word, oh my goodness, words are failing me right now. But it's sometimes hard to really like stay bubbly and like joyful and stuff like that, because it's like God, how much longer? Especially if you feel that you've been patient for a long time. It's like, how much longer, Lord? Like, how much longer? Not that we're doubting what you said, God, but like, how much longer? And I'm going through that on a couple different levels, with some things that were longer, and then there's some things that were shorter. And we also have to remember though, and as I'm saying this to you guys, I'm saying this to me, like it's also a reminder to myself. We also have to remember that there are some promises that also have things that need to be done first. So they're contingent on other things, whether it be on us learning something, or other promises being in place first. Like there's so many different variables that can impact things happening in the way that we foresee them happening. And like some of the things that I'm trusting God for require me to be more diligent with my spiritual life, because it requires me to have a deeper relationship with God, having communion with him, and hearing his voice, so that when he gives instructions, I'm able to hear them for myself and able to act accordingly. Or there's like some other ones that actually require me to put in work physically, whether it be like my physical body, or whether it be in terms of the pursuit of information, like researching something new. It could be for like new equipment or something like that. Just giving God something to work with. It goes back to the whole thing about faith without works. It's like for that thing. Like you can be saying like, Lord, I want to lose weight, but you're still eating poorly and all of this stuff, and you're like, what? Like, isn't that contradictory? So there's also things like that can impact promises, because God wants to see that we trust him so much and we have so much faith that we are putting things in place for the promise that he spoke. And so yeah, the past couple months have just been that, dealing with that, learning that stuff, and in some cases it might not have necessarily been new learning, but having reoccurring reminders of, this is it. And I remember last year I would have done a lot of faith actions, trusting God's promise and so on. And I thought it was going to materialize at X day, and it didn't. And like I remember being a little downcast, because I'm like God, but like I'm sure you said XYZ. And it was like, but did they tell you it was going to be this year? And he didn't. So we also have to not lean on our own understanding in the process of trusting God for that promise. We really gotta lean on him wholeheartedly and truly. But yeah, despite all of that, it like overall things are good. So yeah, I just wanted to kind of just bring you guys up to date. And since I'm on the road and I haven't been on the road for a while, I'm like, why not do like a drive-in vlog and bring you guys up to date. So yeah, I hope that something that I said today was encouraging. It was definitely a good reminder for me, because like this morning I was just like, Lord, I am frustrated. I'm quite sure that he has heard me say that a couple times now. I'm like, yo, like how much longer do I have to be on this journey? I understand that this journey is not only for me but for others and all of that, and I get it. I was actually watching a video this morning where someone was going, like in her blog, she was going through a different situation, but there was a clip that she inserted where she was very transparent, and she was just like asking God, like, why me? Like, why is it that I have to go through this? Like, and yeah, I could definitely relate. I asked that question a lot. I'm like, why is it me that has to go through this journey? Like, why? But you should only succumb to those emotions for a period of time, and it's not wrong to succumb to those emotions. I have learned quite recently, in fact, that it's not a bad thing to succumb to those emotions, but the important thing is not to dwell on that and talk to God. Like, God is concerned with all of our affairs. It's not the case that you just ball it in and build resentment or whatever. Like, just talk to God about it. Like, he wants to hear it from you. He wants to hear how you feel, and he wants to take your burden and replace it with his, which is like any times that I do take that time to just have that communion and let him lift me up and lift the burden and just bestow fresh grace on me. Like, definitely makes a difference. And yeah, I would definitely say that whatever situation that you're going through, that you do the same thing. And I'm quite sure that eventually you'll get to a point where I could expand on this stuff more, on because at that point, it would make sense. Like, you know, there's just some situations that explaining them while you're in the middle of that trial, like, people can't really relate. So yeah, I do look forward to being able to share the testimony of what God has done in the midst of all of this. But until I'm at a place where I am free to do so, I just wanted to at the same time share some of the things that I'm learning in that process. And I pray that it encourages you in yours. While I'm here, moving forward, things are definitely going to look a little different on YouTube because I'm looking to pull some of the more personal things away from this channel and putting it on my other new channel, which at this point I have not launched yet, at least. It really depends on when I finish editing and posting this, but I think at this point you guys will not have seen it yet. But yeah, so I'm going to be changing things up. So the Created by Thalia channel will be more for anything that is created by Thalia or Kingdom or Legacy related, more or less. They might still have a couple of vlogs because I do a lot of the things that I have to do while on the road or whatever. So I might give you guys some updates about new things that way. But more of the personal side of me and my family, I'll be moving that to a different channel just to kind of compartmentalize the channel a little bit more and like make everything on it relatable, like related, I should say, because right now there's just so many different types of content and they don't really speak to the brand itself. So yeah, but I think that's it. I think I'm gonna end this here. Thank you so much for joining me for this video. It means a ton. It means a lot. And yeah, like, let me know what you think. Let me know some of the things that you've been through, or that you're going through. Let me know if you can relate to some of the things that I said. To be quite honest, I can't remember some of the things because it's like whatever the Holy Spirit said just now, it's just what came. But yeah, let me know if you can relate to being in the headspace that I'm currently in.